Habits. So some stuff you want to think about, does your pup eat meals or is he fed throughout the day? For the most part, I always encourage people to be treating and reinforcing their dog throughout the day. But a good general rule is to give them, for puppies, 3 main meals per day. But you can certainly shrink those meals down so that you can treat them throughout the day also. But they should have like 3 chunks of food, morning, afternoon, and night. And actually, I don't usually recommend feeding puppies out of bowls. I think it's kind of a waste of, opportunity for you. So feeding them out of treat toys is very helpful. Okay, so does your puppy eat meals or is he fed, treated throughout the day? If he is fed and treated throughout the day, he's going to have to pee and poop throughout the day, right? It's kind of how it works. It gets your metabolism going even more. So that's something you want to think about. The martinis here, I just wanted to present the analogy of, for the adults out there, if you have gone to a bar and you have a martini and then you have another one, if you drink a lot at one time or eat a lot at one time, it's going to have to come out. And with the purpose of liquids, it comes out and then it comes out again and again and again. So, these puppies that are drinking, I used it for this one too. These puppies that are drinking a lot of water at one time, they're going to have to pee, and then they might come in and then, they got to pee again. So again, it's like, maybe I'm aging, breaking the seal. Okay. So if has anyone heard of that, breaking the seal? So, if you let them suck down so much water at once, then their body doesn't even have time to absorb it. It just is going to come right back out again. Okay. So puppies will think that they're a lot more thirsty than they are. So they'll suck down a lot of water. And at nighttime, a good general rule is a couple hours before you're going to go to bed to really limit how much water they get. A lot of puppies will be pretty active around 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So giving them some ice or just giving them little bits of water at a time is a good general rule. Not letting them, again, drink a bunch of water at one time. Okay. This one, do you go back inside immediately after your pup eliminates, or do you stay outside for play or exercise? So if you go outside and your pup, your dog goes potty, and then you're like, oh, okay, good boy, let's go in. But it's a nice day and your dog didn't really want to go in. You kind of just punish them for going potty, right? So you might have given them a treat, which is awesome. But you're removing some fun for them by taking them right in. So it's a better idea to take them outside, have them go potty, make that your focal point for as soon as you go outside. And once they go potty, okay, now we can play for a little while. And that'll give you a little bit of leniency with the rainy days or the snowy days, so that on those days when it's raining or snowing and you do want to head back inside, everyone's kind of on the same page there, right? So definitely, as often as you can, try to reward them with playtime after they've gone potty outside, not before, okay? Because they'll get too distracted. Anyone have a puppy that gets really distracted outside? I don't know anything about that. Okay. Another habit to think about: how often do you take your pup out? Okay. A good general rule is to take their age in the number of months that they are, add 1. Okay. And that's how long your pup can usually hold it when they're at rest. Okay. So that's an important thing to remember too, because a lot of people will think like, oh yeah, I'll follow this rule, so he should be able to hold it 4 hours when he's playing, right? No way. When you're active and you're moving around a lot, you're not going to be able to hold it either. So just, when your pup is at rest, that's a good general rule. When they're sleeping, like when they're out cold at night, they should be able to hold it longer probably. But so if they're 12 weeks old, let's say 3 months, right? So 4 hours. So the 3 months plus the 1. Okay. Pretty basic math, but sometimes it takes a second. Does your pup have a habit of eliminating in the same place every time, or does he avoid the same spot? So the reason for this picture here, this graphic, puppies, general rule again, will not pee or poop where they eat or sleep. Okay. So if you're like, I just had a virtual session with a client yesterday, and the dog tended to, if she was going to pee, on the main floor. She was going to do it in the playroom, the kids' playroom. So I said, how often does the dog hang out in the playroom? And it used to be the dining room. So their dining room / playroom for the kids. And her answer, of course, as expected, was never, like maybe if we're passing through there. So the dog it's not a living area for that dog. From that dog's perspective, it might as well be a second bathroom. So if the front door doesn't magically open when they have to go out, they might as well, they just choose to, or she in this case just chooses to use the playroom or the dining area as a bathroom because there's no other purpose of that room to this dog. So one thing I suggested and will often suggest is try feeding in that room or around that spot. A lot of times if you just change the dog's perspective, then they are much less likely to go there. And sometimes they'll then just go pee somewhere else. But most of the time, if you've now eliminated that area, if she doesn't really have any other options on that floor, because she's not going to pee in the kitchen because that's a living area for her. She's not going to pee in the living room because that's a common living area for her. And now she's not going to pee in the playroom / dining room because that has become her kitchen or dining room. So that's not an option anymore. So she's running out of options. And if she runs out of options, then, she's got to make more effort to let someone know that she needs to go outside, right? So, that's what that graphic was for. So turn these commonly used pee spots into their eating area. And sometimes it helps a lot, or you can just cover it up too. Just somehow removing that option. Okay. Doggy doors, you guys. No doggy doors when you're potty training. Absolutely not. Like big no. Okay. Big cross on that one. You need to go outside with your puppy. I do feel for people when they get their puppy in the winter, or, if we have really bad weather and it's raining a lot, but you need to go outside with your pup because you need to, first of all, know if they went outside, if they peed or pooped and what they did. And also you need to be there to reinforce it. Okay. Which we're going to get into in a second. So, no doggy doors, not an option, maybe an option later, but not an option right now. Okay. If you want to have success with the potty training.